It's incredible to be co-chip leader at the main event final table. It's more incredible when it's your first ever World Series cash.
Right.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And you know you've made it when you're getting interviewed by Kara Scott also.
That was my main point. It's so nice having Kara back. Everyone has missed her. Social media was super happy to see her back on the interviews.
So just for the record, this is the unofficial final table. We're at the last table. The official final table is the grouping of 9. And so once they do lose a player, they're going to have a little break, very short break, take some photos of the final table guys around the final table, and then we will resume play.
Oh, yeah, thank
Well, it's weird. We actually almost have like a second bubble boy this year because this is an unofficial final table. So finishing in 11th was Rob Welch, unfortunately. So he's sort of like the bubble boy for the main event final table.
So Farnes, who was chip leader beginning of day 7, just flops a set of 4s.
Yeah, and Jorstad just called from the button. He's going to feel really good about this flop, and he is in really rough shape.
Jeffrey Farnes, 39 years old, lives in, we believe him, Dallas, Oregon, is what he says. There is a Dallas, Oregon, actually. Overtaking the 10s. And
I feel like you guys are still a little bit snake bit from that Jonathan Jaffe Dolphin trainer situation, aren't you? You just don't believe anything
we
on
heard
the bio
about
anymore.
brewmeisters coming in here. We heard a lot of things.
Yeah, this is the brewmeister right here. Espen.
Could be. So Espen just calling and improves to having a gut shot to go with his 10 draw. 4 still very much loving their hand.
Farnes, one of the 3 so-called non-poker pros at the table, works as a consultant.
Jorstad with a real decision with 10s. With the jack as an overcard, he could just check back. I like the small stab though. You're charging some hands that have some equity to be able to draw it on you, but you also are charging like a 9, pocket 8s that will pay off this one small bet, and maybe we'll lose interest facing another overcard or another bad card on the river.
Is Farnes afraid of any flush draw? Is that just the way you have to think about it, or 35 began day 7. 6 of these 10 were in the top 10 chip counts beginning that day, and as mentioned, Farnes was number 1.
Goes for a relatively small check raise, it looks like. We'll get the count from Dominic.
Dominic, one of 5 dealers that have.
Okay.
And for your stat, I just got confirmation. His master's in brewing science is actual.
I don't know why you doubted it.
We doubted it verbally, and we want to make sure that.
His wristwatch is at half staff.
This pot is bigger than 2 of the players' stacks right now at the table.
Very nice. Going for value, doesn't jam though, perhaps targeting exactly the type of hand Jorstad has. You're trying to get called by a 1-pair hand. Jam all in, and you're unlikely to get that.
Well, you played against him. Can you read him? Is he leaning one way or another, Jamie?
I mean, the time that he tanked this long against my tag team partner, he ended up making a really good 5-bet jam with ace-jack and getting the fold.
Now, Patrick Leonard can't come in here, right? And
okay. So
tag team. No, he just
I
calls.
think like the jam had to have crossed his mind with the blockers.
Mm-hmm.
But wow, really nicely played by Farnes. Just got max value.
3 million chip pot to Jeffrey Farnes, and the first shot is fired.